I'm telling you all right now, I don't want to choose a struggle. I want to choose Jesus. Now, if he wants to put me through a struggle in order to appreciate it more, now that's a different story. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Everyday Strong. This is your host, CB Baker. I got another great topic for you all tonight, and I guarantee you this is going to really get your brain working and thinking in a different way. So the topic of or today's subject is, what are you willing to sacrifice? And that's one of the biggest things that I always come across when I'm coaching people or trying to get people to reach their goals and setting things for them to accomplish is we always run into this one particular area of sacrifice. At the end of the day, is like, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because in order to get what you want, you gotta have to sacrifice something. Because dreams coming true come with a price. And that price is what you're willing to sacrifice. Some people will say that on the other side of fear lies your dreams and your happiness. You'll see that a bunch on Instagram or on TikTok. Somebody will make a quote or a video about it. What I tend to tell people is what lies before your fear is your sacrifice. Because people have the fear of what they have to give up to get what they want. So therefore, if they got to give up something to get what they want, sometimes they'll be like, you know what? I just forget it. I'll just keep with what I got because I don't want to give up what I already have. Okay. Case in point, if you want to lose weight, but you like cupcakes and you like donuts, you're going to eventually, you got to give up cupcakes and donuts at some point. It's not like you got to give it up totally, but if you eat 3 donuts every morning and you're trying to lose 15 pounds to fit in a dress or to fit in a nice suit, you got to cut back at the bare minimum. Either way, you're sacrificing something. And now let's take this to the church. Do you know there's some people that literally will not be saved or become saved because they fear of giving up something that they're doing already? They're scared to give it up. Or they listen to somebody and say, once you become saved, you can't go in the club no more. Or you can't dance no more. And you know what Dr. G. Daniels says? Go in the club saved, come out saved. It's not a big deal. So everybody has their beliefs, and some people have their own vices. But if I go take one step towards something, I'm gonna fall off the cliff. I get it. But that's not what we're talking about right here. We're talking about the sacrifice of being able to get the sacrifices you got to give up in order to reach certain things in life or goals in life that you got set for yourself. Fear is your sacrifices wrapped up in a box with a bow. Point blank, period. If you take a look at your fears, and I guarantee you it's going to be somewhat connected to what your sacrifices are in order to overcome that fear. It's the fear of missing out on something, the fear of being left out in some cases. Okay. And let's take for example, if you're wanting to get a college degree or a graduate degree, especially nowadays, most stuff is online now. So it's like at some point, you're going to have a class on a Wednesday night and your friend's going to call you and say, hey, I want to go to happy hour. Or can you come out to happy hour? So now I can't make it because I got class. You're sacrificing something. When you see people out hanging out and having fun, you have to sacrifice something. Now, for the people that's in college, y'all already know, the ones that's listening, that sometimes you got to study for a test or study for a midterm while other people are out having fun, or they're down the hallway playing spades or something where you got to study for your test. You have to sacrifice something. Now it gets a little bit trickier when you're grown because now in college, all your friends got to sacrifice something because midterms happen around the same time. So everybody's doing the same thing. But as once you get older, it's a more isolated thing. Okay. And then you have the fear of being stuck in the unknown. Being stuck in the unknown is a really big thing because being stuck in the unknown will have you frozen almost. And I want to give an example here. Have you ever wondered what makes a horror movie scary for real? It's the unknown. Any horror movie that you can think about, it's like either movie since we're coming up on October, the movie Halloween. Halloween with Michael Myers standing behind with a mask. It's like, what's behind the mask? It's the unknown. Where is he going to come from? Why is he so angry? So have you ever felt that about something that you want to sacrifice? I don't know what's behind or beyond that sacrifice of what I give up. I fear that. Okay. I fear it. Now, same thing with a horror movie. You'll see a horror movie, and sometimes they'll just pan to the background of something, and you'll see like a closet door or a door with a light. But the room is dark and there's a door with a light. You don't know what's behind there. And the character's walking up. Now what do we do as my black people out there? What do? We talk back to the screen, right? Well, what you don't go in there. Now, here's the key. Why do you say don't go in there? You say that because you've watched horror movies before, right? And now you're watching it. You watched it before as a kid, coming up, and got experience at doing it. So therefore, there's really nothing behind the door. Or there is something behind the door. You try to tell the character like they can hear you. Okay. Now let's take that whole scenario about fear and sacrifice, and let's bring it to today's terms. There's a whole lot of things that you fear that once you walk through that door or walk down that dark hallway and realize there was nothing there. So now you know this. So now every time you see a dark hallway with a light, it's no longer unknown to you. So therefore you no longer fear it. So how do we overcome this fear of unknown? Here are your options. You can face it head on. But like I said before, the problem with that is there's another set of fears on the other side of that. It's a whole nother set of fear on the other side of that. And now, the other option is option number two, is you can give that fear to someone else. Okay. Give it to someone else. And what I tell people now is I want you to give that fear to the person who paid the ultimate sacrifice for you, which is Jesus. Okay. Give the fear to him to guide you through what you have to sacrifice. Whatever that you're trying to get accomplished, I literally want you to give it to him and then use him to help guide you to your goal. Because if you fear the unknown, you already know Jesus knows what's behind the door. You know Jesus wants the best for you. You know all of this. You know the Holy Spirit is there for you at all times, right? So if you're trying to accomplish something and you're terrified in doing it, give that fear to him. Give your sacrifice to him. Okay. Dr. Daniels often in the Bible study will talk about how in the Old Testament, how the people coming to give a sacrifice would give the sacrifice to the priest outside the door. Then the priest cleansed himself and then took the sacrifice beyond the veil, right? Do we do that today? Do you take your sacrifice to your high priest, which is Jesus, and say, yes, I this is my sacrifice. I'm sacrificing my time to get this degree. I'm sacrificing my time for my kids to help me raise my kids to be the best possible people on earth, the best, reach their best potential. Everything that you want to get accomplished in life comes with a sacrifice. Now, I understand that that sacrifice weighs on you because you got to give up something. But I'm here to tell you right now that you are not doing it alone. If you want to do it alone, you're doing it alone by choice. You should use and tap into the Holy Spirit within you and tap into Jesus that's living inside your heart. He wants you to be great. So stop doubting yourself. But until you get enough strength to believe in yourself, believe in Jesus. And then it will circle right back to you. Okay. You have to do that in order to accomplish the things that you really want to do. So some of the things that I sacrificed in order to get accomplishments in life, a lot of it was time oriented, um, blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, as playing sports. I was on a scholarship. I went to school for free, quote unquote, but it was a lot of sacrifice in there. And I got a lot of stories to tell. I got a lot of experience from it and things that I use to this day to get me through everyday life, right? But it all came from the sacrifice. Now, I will sit here and tell you there's some things that or some opportunities that I didn't take advantage of because I was scared. You know how the people say, if you're scared, say you're scared. I was scared. I just didn't do it. Now, one thing I can honestly tell y'all right now, listening to me, I didn't have Jesus in my corner that I believed that he was in my corner at the time. If I was met with the same type of thing right now, I would have a different mindset. I can walk down that hallway that's dark with the door lit up and not be fearful. I know he got my back. But what I'm challenging everybody listening to me and watching me right now is that whatever you have that you want to get accomplished, and you really sit and think to yourself, why you're not doing it? Think about what you want to sacrifice to get there. Now I want you to turn around and hand that sacrifice to Jesus and 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 let him help you get there. There's not a trophy, there's no trophies on the wall. They're not giving out trophies for you to struggle to get something. Okay, is it nice to hear a story of somebody struggling to get somewhere? Okay, all right, it's a nice story and it makes a good movie. But if you ever watched a movie where somebody struggled to get somewhere, like the movie Pursuit of Happiness, great movie with Will Smith and his son. Would you want to go through what he went through to get what he got? Or would you just rather get what he got? I'm telling you all right now, I don't want to choose a struggle. I want to choose Jesus. Now, if he wants to put me through a struggle in order to appreciate it more, now that's a different story. That's a completely different story if he puts me through something to struggle in order to lean on him to accomplish the goal. So therefore, he gets the praise for it. But at the end of the day, you still have the victory. So which one do you want? I want the victory. I want to be able to raise my hands in victory to the Lord and say, we won this. Thank you. And isn't that all we're trying to get accomplished in life is to win? We like DJ Khaled. All we do is win, 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 no matter what, right? We want to be able to play that song and dance over everything in life. But what's holding us back is we're not willing to sacrifice the things that we need to sacrifice to get to the next level. And the ironic thing is, the next level creates another level. The next level creates another level. You're going to keep climbing, keep reaching your full potential. God has laid out the plan for you to be able to do this. All right? In 66 books of the Bible, all of them lead to salvation and helping you reach that next level in life and bring the kingdom down here to earth. Thank y'all so much for this 15 minutes of Everyday Strong. Wow. I know y'all got motivated on that. Please be blessed and be a blessing to someone else. This is your host, CB Baker. Till next time.